The World on Water Sailing TV is brought to you by Pantania Sail and Power Insurance.
Well, it's Wednesday and it's another day of sailing and talking to sailors. Today we're in Newport, Rhode Island, and we're talking to David Witt from Itajai, Scallywag, who's here after the gate of the boat. The last time we talked to him was in Auckland, and then he took part in the gate and went around through the Magellan Straits for him.
Yeah.
It's certainly not past the horn where he wanted to go. David, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to see you, Jeffrey.
I'll start off by saying that David is a friend of mine, a very close friend, and the conversation that we had is between two mates.
Yeah.
Buddy, we last talked in Auckland.
Yeah.
There it was. I wished you good well at the dock, and we shook hands.
Yeah.
You said you were going south, which you did.
Yeah, we're in good shape at that stage. We were third overall in the race and double point leg, and then early on in the leg we had a problem. The runner fly block broke when we were jibing on the ice gate, and we made a decision there. We had to stop and fix it. We lost 100 miles, but we weren't actually too worried about it because we knew what was going to happen with the weather, and we knew there was going to be more carnage, and we knew there was going to be a big high pressure system around the horn, so it didn't really, there was going to be a restart of the race. So when we dropped back to be 100 miles behind or anything, we actually throttled back and sailed probably the most conservative we've ever sailed. And then and then the accident happened like 2 days later or something. So it was we had all the right plan in place, it just all went wrong on us, that's all.
And so what happened? You were then, how far out were you now?
We were about 700 miles from Cape Horn, yeah?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, about 7, something like that. Maybe more, maybe 800. Fair way south. I've been obviously asked this before, but it was just a whole lot of things that all went wrong at the same time, and just one of those really unfortunate things. Could have happened to me 5 minutes earlier. It wasn't necessarily anything fish did wrong. It was just wrong place, wrong time. 5 different things happened. It's the breeze was pretty fresh, and then it went from 35 to 45, and then we ran down a massive wave, and the boat nosedived, which meant the rudders come out of the water. Poor old Nipper had no chance trying to drive. And it just happened to be at the same time fish was forward trying to tidy up a sheet or something on the stack. And then when the boat started to nosedive, he sort of moved back and got into the wrong spot, basically. And when the boat jibed and the boom came across, the main sheet got him across the back of the neck. So that's what happened.
Of course, it's doing a great rate of knots, isn't it, when it goes in the that's a horrible whack, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the boom wasn't. The boom didn't even get him. It was just the boom's too high in these boats. Just the main sheet and a bit of the main sheet block, but he got him at the wrong angle. Under the back area. Yeah. Where I've got a video of it, and I've watched it quite a few times. I'm pretty confident he was dead before he hit the water. Because he actually ended up on the stack for quite a while, and then the boat in the Chinese laid over and ended up at 90. Yeah. So then when the wave came, he basically just rolled off the stack. And then I was yelling at him in the water and stuff, and there was no communication back. So he wasn't in a great. I don't think he was in great shape.
How long did you wait for?
We the people got to understand. I I read some ridiculous stuff, but it was dark, just on dawn, so it was just dark. It was 5-degree water temperature, right? Which, for people that don't know, you can only last an hour unconsciously, and then if you don't drown, you've probably got about an hour before you go into full hypothermia. So 2 hours is about the limit. So I knew it was really imperative that I got the boat back on its feet to go back and try and find him as quick as I could. But that's not as easy said as done when it's 5-degree water, 45 knots, 8-metre seas, and you're Chinese with the rig in the water. So the way we ended up doing it, the crew did an amazing job actually to get if you think back about what we did, it was, we ended up cutting we had the J2 up at the time, which sits on its own cable and stay and everything. And I just told the boys to cut everything, cut the halyard, cut the tack, cut the sheet, just let the thing blow in the water, because we don't have time to even try and fool it or anything. So I think within 15 minutes we were upright and trying to get back to the MOB position, because the boys did everything right, did all the procedures right. And then one of the problems we had, it was so windy we couldn't motor, so we were motoring up these seas, getting to the top, and the boat's coming back down the sea backwards because it can't motor strong enough, right? So we ended up having to then get the storm jib up and motor sails and basically tack with a motor to get upwind to the MOB position. And then we started our search, which we didn't find anything. I mean, I remember about doing our sea at safety course in Newcastle with the ocean safety guys, and they built a Dan buoy, and it's the big thing. All I could see was a Dan buoy getting blown down, or getting blown out of my sight in about 2 minutes, like a tumbleweed. Yeah. Right. So all that stuff just doesn't work down there. I mean, it's a whole other place.
It's real life, isn't it?
Yeah. So then we searched for about 4.5 hours. Me personally didn't really fully trigger what was going to happen until I asked Libby how long we'd been searching for, and it felt like 3 minutes, and it was 3.5 hours. And then we searched for about another hour, and then the boys. So at this stage, we've got. Then this is stuff I haven't told anyone. I'll tell you, but so the OBR launched the drone to try and find him. The big problem we couldn't find anything was because the AIS on the boat wasn't working, because the antenna had broken coming out of Auckland. The boat don't have a redundancy AIS system. They do now, so that's one of the good things that come out of it. So we had the boat hook. Tristan Searle's an electronics engineer. We had jury antennas rigged up. We launched the drone. Everything got thrown in the water, and then the boys and then we've got everyone on deck, right? So we've got waves breaking over the boat, 5-degree water. Me and Nipper in a wetsuit, ready to dive in the water. Almost got hypothermia. Myself and Tristan Searle on deck for 4 hours with no wet weather gear on, because when it happened I just ran on deck. And then they thought they spotted him, and everyone got all very excited, obviously. And then it turned out to be an albatross. So then when that happened, there was some pretty broken people, right? So I had 4 or 5 people on their knees crying in the cockpit and really not being able to get it together. And this is after 4.5 hours of searching. So that was the time when I had to make the decision that I had to look after the people that were on board, and we weren't going to get him.
So then it was, of course you'd have to go to Chile, wouldn't you?
Well, there was a bit of discussion about that, whether we were going to go to Chile or another place called the Shire. I was keen to go to the Shire because I grew up in the Shire.
So you come from the Shire.
To be fair, Tim, some team manager took over and basically told us where to go. We weren't in a very good, state to be making a whole lot of those sort of decisions. And that was a pretty long 7 days. We were all on there for basically nearly 7 days by the time I think we got back. So it was a good thing that we're all there together to talk through the whole thing and sort of help each other. But then it sort of dragged on a bit long. But the pleasing thing for me, for the team, is that we made a decision, the group, as in the sailing group on the boat, made a decision to continue the race before realising that that was the wishes of Fisher's family and the shore team and the boss and everything else. So, I think the decision to carry on and get back on the race is probably going to end up defining the sailing team.
Well, it's the right thing to do for all around, isn't it? So, David, for the family and for Fish and.
Well, I think so. I think it's a pretty difficult situation. I think one of the hard things in these situations is people expecting you how you should act, or how you should feel, and everybody takes it a little bit differently, I think. I don't actually think there's any real right and wrong answer, but I do think Scallywag's continuing. We're along the term for the SH and these plans for sailing and the team and everything. We've got a pretty big future, so the last thing Fish would have wanted was his accident to cause the finish of the whole program.
I understand. Then it was off to Chile to.
So we went to Porta de Mont. It's a lovely town, Jeffrey. Yeah, you and I'd never get out of the pub if we went there. There's not a lot else to see.
Somebody from New Zealand went there once too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Camper's been there, and then we had. Funny enough, we had Tony Brayward on for the leg, and he went there on SEB as well.
Oh God!
So it seems to be if you don't make the horn, the horn, that's where you go. Yeah.
PM.
Yeah, so we had a whole lot of police interviews and all that stuff there, and then rang the faithful Scallywags who dropped everything at the, I think the story is that Campbell and Larry actually ran straight out of a bar in the Philippines and found an airport. So they all.
Then that'd be quite an unusual occurrence.
Yeah, no. And then, the boys did a great job and did the delivery, and we got there 36 hours before, and the shore crew, and everyone worked their ass off and started leaving Newport.
So, you certainly got a lot of support in Itajai, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we got a lot of support from the other teams. That was the bit that sort of blew me away a bit, was how much the other teams sort of got behind us. But I think everybody realises that it could happen to anyone, It could be, they could easily be them. So
I was having a chat with a very famous Sydney sailor, his name is Bob Steele.
Oh, yeah.
And we both agreed that there are times when we've been at sea and we've gone, oops, that was close.
Yeah. So it changes you, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm pleased to see that, mate.
Yeah.
Doesn't change your footwear, though, does it?
No, I'm thongs here, but I'm waiting for the feeling to come back at my toes from the Southern Ocean. I still haven't got it all back yet.
Well, today won't help because it's pretty cold out there today.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So what was the leg up to here like?
It was pretty tough for the guys on.
You keep on splitting from the fleet all the time. Is this some sort of psychological thing that you've got?
No, I don't think you'll see.
I
don't think you'll see us do that on this leg, but.
Well,
we made a decision to tack early and get going north, and it actually was fine. And then we had Brunel. We could see them. They were 6 miles to weather. It was at 097 going north, and we were leading the sked at that time. And we went into a cloud, and we came out last boat by 15 miles, and then we were 30 miles, and then we just fell off the back of the system. So. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Did the sailing instructions say leave Bermuda to port?
No, that was, we lined that up. We only just got around Bermuda. But, for us the result was, our result was getting back in the race and having everybody in sound mind and keen to keep going.
Indeed, yeah. Well, I can see that. Mate, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You expect that. Now, so you're in Newport. Now, what have we got left? We've got the Atlantic. Have that.
Yeah, well, we just had to get our team manager out of jail. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's right. Yes, your team manager is
Just got a
dueling with police, I believe.
Tim Newton was arrested in Newport and made the front page. It was quite funny. So the boss sees the headline and he sends me a message straight away, "Are you in jail?" Right?
Why would you think you first of all people then?
Well, I think when they first found out there were 7 people going to be arrested, I think the odds were quite high that if there was anyone from our team, it would be probably me. But
is this your influence? Is your scallywagging permeating down the team to your?
No, I mean, mate, it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. No one did anything. Like, it was over-exuberant police for sure.
Oh, well, I've been called out that the whole team were there, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, might have been a bit of a setup, I think. But anyway, squeaky clean. That's the way we like it.
Mate, that's the way it should be.
I think we would have been, if there wasn't a scallywag in the 7. I think the team would have been disappointed.
They would have muted me, would they?
Yeah.
Why can't we get arrested?
Yeah.
So now we go across the Atlantic and.
So double points to Cardiff.
Yeah.
And one of the boys, Tristan Seals, a Welshman, proud Welshman, a bit of a pin-up boy for the Cardiff stop. So hopefully we can,
give him a first place?
Give him a first place, yeah. No reason why we can't, Jeffrey.
And then it's huge races to Europe.
Yeah, so then a little one to Gothenburg and then a little one into the finish. SH looks like he's going to sail with us on the last leg.
Sensational.
Into the Hague.
Good on you, SH.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. And to be honest, mate, I think there's only 15 days of sailing to go.
Yeah.
And the routing for this leg looks like it's 7 days. So I need to tell you, I'm looking forward to the end of it now. It's a very long, freaking involved, big project, So, but then we're going to have a couple of weeks off, and then we'll be straight back into it. We've got 2 months of training on the 100-footer in Subic planned, with our sail development and everything, and the trimaran. So we're fully cocked for the Hobart, mate.
So where's the trimaran at the moment? Is that
trimaran's at Sean's, still being painted and put back together, and it'll be delivered up to Subic. We've got a team base in Subic Bay where we'll train and maintain everything.
Sure.
So it'll go. So we'll do Hong Kong race week in the 100-footer after all the training, and then we'll do Hong Kong to Sanya race in the trimaran, and the 100 will be sailing down to the Hobart to Sydney for Christmas. So. Plenty of sailing to come, Jeffrey.
Well and truly, mate. Now, that sounds like the Hobart's going to be pretty good because we'll have Comanche and fire boats.
Yeah, well, there's 5 of them there. I mean, one thing that has absolutely taught the boss and myself this thing is that you've got to be 100%, prepared and trained, and that's something that we're very conscious of going forward. At any event we do, whether it's the Hobart race or whatever it is, we're going to give ourselves absolutely every chance to succeed by training and preparation and budgets and everything. So I think probably one of the best things that's come out of it, a lot of bad things and hard things, but one of the best things come out of this project for the team is the whole team now operates at a pretty high level. We've learned a lot about how to do things smarter and better, and we've got a great team owner who's fantastic with the funds and the ideas as well. So I think that's pretty exciting for Scallywag going forward.
So would you do it again?
Would I do it again, Kim?
I should hang on, Rosie. Let's get Kim's. Kim?
I think so. Yeah, but differently.
Yeah.
He'd be on the short crew.
There you go, mate. You're locked and loaded, I'm sure.
Locked and loaded, yeah. I mean, the boss is sort of busy reading America's Cup books at the moment, so I'd watch this space.
Mate, what an exclusive that is. Excellent. Well, that's made my day. Because, as you know, our system is now playing in the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron and the Royal Perth Yacht Squadron and a few other places around the world. So we're looking forward to it somewhere else. So we'd be heavily involved in that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, not this one, but that's sort of the direction he's keen for the team to go. So. But, you know, with the next race, well, it's all up in the air, isn't it? I mean, Volvo are out. You know, I can tell you, Richard Breus looks like he'll take over the race, his company. You know, they've got some big problems with this race. You know, basically this race was the longest ever, 47,000 miles with the most amount of stops in the least amount of time with the most activity at the stops, right? So all the sailors pretty much worn out. But, you know, it wears out the sponsors too. I mean, it's a massive commitment. So I think Richard might go back more of a traditional, less stops, different race. And then what it'll be, and they're talking about in the Mocha 60, my idea was just to have two tomato stakes, Jeffrey. Get on the lawn, put the two tomato stakes 80 feet apart, and you can build whatever you like that fits between the garden stakes. Because I think the problem with this race is it needs to be more open. We need more than 7 boats sailing around, you know, and we need to open it up more to privateers and corporate bosses, you know, and you know, guys that want to have the adventure and want to take it on. You know, obviously they might never win, but again, still, I think that we miss at the top end of the sport here with the way they've done it. I think we missed that, you know. I'm looking forward to never stepping on a VOR 65 again.
You like them?
Absolute dogs, Jeffrey. The first thing you do is move the mast back 3 metres, and then you might have a reasonable boat. And I'm not telling you anything I haven't told the fire office.
No.
Right.
Well,
the good thing is
that's a well-known fact.
Yeah, the good thing is they're all the same. So the racing is, you know, the racing is fantastic, and they're bulletproof. So, but you know, there's just so many little things you could do that would make it safer, faster, better on the body. Because the body's pretty hammered. I mean, I'm the oldest guy left by a long way now with fish corn. You know, I feel like the father of them. You know, I said to Kim on one of the emails, you without fish there. You know, I miss the guy my go-to guy, right? So I feel like I'm 10 years old, changed primary school and don't know anyone, and sit in the corner and have my lunch by myself. You know, it's a bit like that.
Yeah, well, mate, you're by yourself there, aren't you? You're the go-to man too, aren't you?
Yeah. So that's all comes naturally. But anyway, I think being able to design and build our own boat, if that was the format for the next race, that sort of thing is pretty exciting for me, because that's sort of the background I've always come from, right? So.
Indeed, yeah. But it also opens all sorts of possibilities, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But you know, now you've got there's a lot going on. You've got the Olympics. Yeah, you got the America's Cup, you got the Vendée Globe. It's busy. I don't think they'll have another. I don't think the next race will be till 21 or at the earliest. So I feel like I was telling them at this dinner the other night, I'm like the Grim Reaper, mate. I did the last Whitbread ever race, and I'm going to do the last Volvo. I'm the death of the frickin'.
You won't get it to any more again.
No, I'm done. I think I'm done.
Oh, mate. Well, there you go. That's the story of what's going down. I'm sure that, David, as far as you're concerned, it's a building process, as you've just said.
Yep.
Which is great. Yeah, it's good that everybody's so positive.
Yep.
And be rest assured that we in the sailing world have got your back, mate.
Yep. Thanks for your friendship, Jeffrey.
And thank you for yours too.
No worries, mate.
Thanks.